Welcome to Groward Field for today's Connecticut rugby matchup between the hometown Jesuits of Fairfield Prep and the visiting Tigers of Ridgefield. Windy day here. On the call, John Myers speaking. Joe Roberts on color commentary. Joe, how are we feeling for today?
I mean, we're feeling great. First game of the season. First chance for Prep to really show themselves against a physical Ridgefield team. And we're going to kick off within seconds here.
Cornelius ready to kick, waiting for the referee. And lock and load. We're playing some rugby. Controlled by Ridgefield. First Connecticut action for both of these teams. Joe, what's the key to getting on a good start here?
Well, it's really about your position on the field, right? For Prep here, they're defending, but they're really deep into Ridgefield's territory. Ridgefield's looking to get some space, maybe kick. First penalty of the game. Not releasing.
Penalty not releasing here.
Wow, big break for Prep. They're well within range to strike here, too. Let's see what they're going to do. Rob Murphy pointing to the sticks.
Looks like they might be choosing to kick for points here. Rob Murphy has been incredible kicking this year and scoring tries. But we'll see if he can put it together here with a little wind going from his left to right. Maybe a little bit more than a little.
Oh, it's coming.
While we wait for the kick here, starting lineup for your Ridgefield Tigers. Number 1, Nate Nixon. Number 2, Dom Colabella. 3, Ben Laub. 4, Nick Costello. 5, Austin McGoey. 6, Hunter Franks. 7, Sam Peretta. 8, Casey Garin. 9, Dan Albus. 10, Trevor Chinaki. Grady McGarry at 11. Nacho Brina at 12. Matt Tash at 13, Tommy Hawkins at 14, and Cole Peterson at 15.
All right, while that happened, Prep missed wide. It's going to be a 22 drop kick here for Ridgefield. Prep can line up as close as they want to the 22 here. Ridgefield's job to drop kick it over the 22-meter line.
The ultimate announcer's curse there.
Yeah, unlucky.
That's tough. You hate to see that.
You know, would love to have 3 on the board early. Penalty kick there would have been worth 3, kind of like a field goal in football. But that's okay. Ridgefield kicking the ball away here on the 22 drop.
There's the kick. Ridgefield has the ball. Prep setting up their defensive line. Looks like there will be a call here.
Not sure if it made it past the 22. Yeah, I think that's what Sir is calling. Kick has to go past 22. Looks like he was contacted by Ridgefield before then. It's going to be a scrum down to Prep here. Prep's first scrum of the game.
That'll give us a chance to check in with our starting lineup for Fairfield Prep. At number 1, Jake Curver. Number 2, Mike Silk. 3, Brennan Valenzuela. Number 4, Chris Bune. Number 5, Aiden Ayers making his first start of the year. Number 6, Rob Murphy, who we mentioned before. Number 7, John Morris, sophomore. Number 8, Henry Timniak. Number 9, Liam O'Hara. 10, Emmett Derby. 11, Justin Taman. 12, Felix Crawford. 13, Anthony Dorsey. 14, Jeremy Benton. And 15, Ben Cornelius. Prep controls it here after the scrum. Putting themselves in pretty good position here to strike early. Ball comes out. It's out with Ridgefield now. Good hard run. Hard crash by Ridgefield there, making some meters back.
Yeah, the last 3 runs for Ridgefield gaining 3 to 4 meters a hit. That's what you're looking for from an offense.
It's a game of patience, Joe. Am I right?
Yeah, it takes time, and I think, as you can see, the last 3 balls, they haven't even made it past the 10-meter line. Prep doing a good job on defense, up hard. Ridgefield runs out of room. They collect the ball, though, and they're going to maintain possession.
Just a good hard run by Ridgefield again. Back to where they were a couple phases ago. Backing into the middle of the field. Doing a good job using the space wide to, from touchline to touchline, Joe.
Big hit there. Looks like Brennan took looks like number 3 for Ridgefield might have taken the brunt of that one.
Ridgefield still in control of possession. Prep doing a good job staying strong with that line. No breakthroughs yet.
Looks like advantage for Ridgefield here. Maybe a not releasing call on Prep's defenders. Ref's put his hand down now. Ridgefield loves that first pod. Not much work outside of that. A lot of the pod work being in that first one. See if they'll use it again. Again to that first pod. Stopped again by Prep.
Going for a kick here. Derby back to get it. Picks it up, and now he's on his own. He's got Benton with him close to the touchline. Stays in for now, getting literally dragged.
Good job to keep the ball in. Really good kick from Liam. Can it stay in? Nice.
So Prep gives up possession here, but they gain back some meters, and now it's chaos. Ridgefield trying to control, Prep doing the same.
In from the side on Prep. Ridgefield to get the ball. It's back 10. You'll notice Prep rescinding. They're going back 10 meters. Ridgefield now has a penalty kick option.
So, Joe, what are their options here when they have a penalty?
Well, you always got a kick, period, to start it. For example, we took the kick before. And sorry to cut my own self off there. If we could have kept that ball in, it would have been our possession. When you take a penalty kick, you can either take it for the points to the sticks. That'll be 3 points if it goes through. Or kick the ball to touch, which is you're out of bounds for us football folks, and you're going to gain the line out. You retain possession. You don't turn the ball over, and it helps you get a couple meters. If you notice that kick right there on the penalty, gained Ridgefield the most meters they've had all game.
So here's our first line out of the day. Ridgefield going to put it in here. Dropped, and it looks like Prep has it. Whole lot of chaos on the sideline there.
Yeah, Ridgefield ended up coming up with that.
Ridgefield has that now.
Another advantage being played for Ridgefield. Sloppy rucking by Prep.
Prep holding strong here defensively. Let's see what happens here as they get it wide.
Nice.
Good job suffocating that attack there. Here's that pod again.
Oh, big whiff on the tackle, but bring him down a couple meters long.
Nice switch on the inside there. And a little break here for Ridgefield. Oh, just to about the 22-meter line. Here comes another pod. It's going to be turned over. Couple of knock-ons.
Unlucky.
Knock on here, knock on there. Knock on everywhere.
Here a knock, there a knock. Looks like it's going to be Ridgefield's ball. You notice the referee making 2 hand motions, signaling that there was an initial knock by Prep, and then if Ridgefield was able to maintain it, play the ball, they have advantage. They weren't able to. They actually knocked it themselves. Go back to the original penalty. It's going to be a Ridgefield. First thing I'm noticing early here, Ridgefield is maintaining a very slow pace of play, but really wearing down, making Prep make tackles. So, in a perfect world, they see a break here and there. They saw it there. Let's see if they can maintain the pressure they've been putting on Prep here.
Yeah, really taking their time, almost Virginia basketball-esque in a way, right? Just slow, methodical, not going to make a lot of mistakes, wear you down.
Speaking of making mistakes, there, Ridgefield throws it away. It's maintained by Prep. We're going to recycle the ball here. Brennan ready to crash.
Brennan's always good for a couple of those every game, you know?
We love it. Derby in position to play. Ridgefield attacking from the 5.
So Ridgefield going in for a potential score here. Oh, and it looks like it's knocked on.
Wow.
What a break for Fairfield Prep.
Huge play. I mean, in scoring position, it's the equivalent of fumbling it through the end zone here, knocking it on in the try zone. Big break for Prep. Let's see if they can capitalize on it. A tough defensive stand.
I tell you what, Joey Coelho coming in at scrum half. This is going to be his, I believe, first D1 action of the year, at least in Connecticut, of course. We'll see if he can just handle being thrown into the fire a little bit here.
Moment of pride.
Former player of ours.
Just a good
We'd
team
love to
player.
see this. Struggled a little bit there with the ball.
That's
fine.
all
right.
Slow it down.
It's going to be an
There we
exit
go.
kick here. Derby
Got
booming it.
Every inch of that one. It's going to roll.
Controlled by Ridgefield here at midfield, working towards their right. Prep trying to organize on defense. And a tackle made just inside the 10-meter mark there.
Sloppy rucking here. The ball's bouncing around. Stoppage. Looks like we're going to get a ball in touch here. Touch judge doesn't have his arm indicating whose ball it is. I would assume Prep, since Ridgefield had possession last. Let's see. Looks like it's going to be Ridgefield's line out.
Yeah, it's an interesting call. Hard to see what really happened across the field in the mess of everything, but it'll be Ridgefield's line out. Wind really howling here. That did not go straight.
Not even a little.
And right on cue, Mr. Referee, or as they call him, Sir, makes the call.
Tough on this field. The wind really whips down in one direction on the field. It's never different. It's always the same, north to south. Makes it throwing in from the touchline pretty tough and getting it straight. And that's what happened there. The ball has to go straight down the channel to give both teams a chance of playing the ball in the air. And if you don't do that, it's turnover. Now it's Prep's chance.
Here's a lineup for Prep. They're going to form a maul but not get into it.
And their whole team's offside. Sir missed that. That's okay.
We still love them.
Derb again looking to
What a
score some
kick.
points with the kick. Can it fall in? Wow, Ridgefield all over the kicking today.
Caught and charged down by Jeremy Benton.
Can he
trying
offload?
to keep it in. Joey Coelho with the ball now on the right side, and chaos here.
Wow.
On the touchline. Prep still controls it, swinging it out to the middle is Derby. And now we're off to the races. Here's Silk on the left side there. Loses the ball. Ridgefield picks it up and kicks it immediately.
He's offsides. Look at that.
It is unlucky, but that kid was offsides.
John, I'm going to shock you here. I think that was an attacking kick from Mike Silk because no indication of knock-on came, and Ridgefield collected it, kicked it, had their team offsides, and look at this.
What a slide devil.
Wow.
What a slide devil. He told me he would try that before he graduated, and by God.
What a good time to
He's
do
done it. So anyway, we had a penalty for Prep. Derby kick to touch, and we'll have a line out pretty close to the Ridgefield try line. Potential first score here for the Jesuits.
5-meter line. Let's see if they go back to the maul that they landed on.
Ridgefield engaging the maul, it would appear, on that first attempt. I know they traditionally do not engage with the mauls.
A point of contention for some coaches, especially at the high school level.
It looks like they will go ahead and maul here. Prep really struggling to get any drive, but it looks like
Rob Murphy pulls it out, but stuff just short.
just on the try line here. Need to be patient. Again, driven back. Trying to stay in touch. And
out to the backs.
We whip it out to the backs. Felix Crawford,
big hit,
taking a big hit there.
Prep with advantage. Derb's screaming to go quick with it.
There's Derby.
Oh, no! Felix knocks on the quick tap, but Ridgefield did not attempt to go back 10.
That's a good break there for Prep.
Oh, man, you're not counting. You're kidding. Ooh.
So Prep very close to scoring here. Trying to organize to get their first score of the day, potentially. Ball given to John Morris. Not able to get in there. Aiden Ayers with the ball now. Silk passes out back to Morris. Morris pushing forward. Just short.
Try awarded.
And there's a try for Fairfield Prep. Their first in Connecticut State competition this season.
Looks like that was number 4, Chris Bune.
Chris Schmoop Bune with the try. Incredible stuff. Former player of ours. Very happy for him to get his first try here on Groward Field as a varsity white player. Spent some time with the D2s this season, up with the varsity due to some injuries. Really happy to see him score a try there, Joe.
Yeah. Now Rob Murphy setting up for the kick. Wind at his back to help him here. Like we mentioned before, the wind really rips down Groward Field. It'll help him now. Let's see if he can poke this through.
This would be a tough kick either way. Wind going left to right, like you said.
Gets every inch of it. Just wide.
Just to the right there. Wind perhaps taking that a little bit. I just saw Joey Coelho come out of the game. I'm trying to see if I can find who was playing scrum half right now for our Jesuits.
Maybe Mason coming in.
Looks like Mason Beardsworth has entered the game. And perhaps we've moved Felix Crawford to 9 for now.
Little bit of movement, but not totally unusual. Backs a lot of times can go in different positions, play a lot of hands. That's important, especially with rugby. Keep moving. Maybe we'll get Liam O'Hara back from blood sub, but if not, this prep team is deep in the backs, and we're going to use them all.
Felix been playing rugby his entire life. I'm sure he's more than capable. Rob Murphy controls the received kick. Jay Curver with the offload to Ayers. Ayers running hard, getting close to midfield. Now Prep really moving a little bit with pace. If they have the ability to get it wide, they can get something going here. Emmett Derby with a great one-handed pass. Beardsworth with another pass, and Dorsey ends up with the ball. Getting it wide now all the way to the left side.
Great cut.
That's a great cut by Justin Taman. Prep soccer player decided to come out and play some rugby his senior year. We couldn't be more proud of him. Derby spins it wide. Dorsey having a nice run here.
Oh, what a gap.
He's got the gap, throws it out to the edge. Benton.
Oh.
And we will have a forward pass, unfortunately. Looks like we'll have a scrum for Ridgefield, I believe. Well, the score is tight, but I tell you what, the Jesuits look like they're warming up a little bit here. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, give credit to Ridgefield. I mean, they're really, really tough on defense and making some big tackles, especially, I mean, our try was scored after 5 minutes of consecutive play within the 5-meter line. Not easy to do for a defense, so looks like there's going to be a stoppage in play for a Ridgefield player. Noticed he made the tackle around midfield, laid down on the ground for a little bit, but in rugby, play continues on.
The show must go on, as they say.
Until there's stoppage in play like it is now. And now he's under the sticks. He's going to get tended to by one of the best in the business, Gina Mentone, trainer for Fairfield Prep.
We love you, Gina. Just about to get back into action here. Looks like the player's going to be walking off the field on his own power. You always like to see that, Joe.
Always good, but looks like he was pointing to his head, and we can't take any chance with that. He's probably going to get the old sideline test. Can you see how many fingers I got up? What day is today? Where are you from?
A tale as old as time, Joe.
Right you are, John.
.4:30 kickoff here for the Division I matchup between Fairfield Prep and Ridgefield. 6 o'clock for the JV matchup. Little double feature
Stolen.
here.
Prep steals it.
Stolen by Prep. Ring around the Rosie a little bit. Mason going in. Taken down. Swinging it wide to Murphy. Out to Derby. Ball is on the ground but picked up quickly. Yeah. And it looks like
it's an obstruction there,
we
but
have an obstruction, but
Prep had an advantage. Ridgefield offsides. Prep
here
takes
a
quick route. Murphy offloads it to Felix. Goes for the try line. Oh, and he knocks it.
Oh, what a tough break. Just like Ridgefield at their end, Prep makes a tragic mistake.
Hold on. Some celebrating, but not sure they thought there was a try.
A lot of confusion. It looks like he's signaling knocked on, but...
Yep. Signaling knock on. Here comes the scrum.
Here we go.
On the last restart, Prep stole the scrum from Ridgefield. Even though you get the ball and you get to put it into your scrum, the other team has a chance to push, steal that ball, and play with themselves. Prep, let's see if they can do it again.
Ridgefield kicking out of their own zone. Tracking it down is Cornelius, and he'll have it. Swings it out to Derby. Having a nice run. Benton with it now. And the Jesuits are inside the 10-meter mark. Now taken away by Ridgefield.
Yeah, ball popped out. One of the oldest rules in the books there. Ball was out. There was sunshine shining on the ball. And at that point, there's no offsides line. The Ridgefield player made a really smart play, ran over, grabbed the ball, and started running. Unlucky knock-on for them here, but it's going to end up with Prep scrum. Just looks like right on the 10-meter line attacking.
That's a nice choice of words there, Joe. I'm glad you said it instead of me.
Sun shining on the ball. There's other ways people refer to it as. We're going to stick with the sun shining today, even though it seems to be a little overcast.
Yeah, it's a kid's show. You know, we're here for the kids.
It's all for fun. It's a high school. They're teenagers.
That's right.
Felix putting the ball in. Nice scrum.
Working its way to the back.
Wow.
Giving out to Derby. One more to Benton, and he's going to go.
He's got a parking lot of space.
Cornelius with the ball now. Inside the 22. Once again. We're going to get just a pick and charge here quickly to keep things moving. And now the Jesuits are attacking. Here's Mason Beardsworth.
A big gap. Makes the extra pass.
And that'll be a try for Fairfield Prep.
Wow.
Joe, I didn't get a chance to see who he offloaded that to. Did you get a chance to see?
I did not. I know the initial break was Rob Murphy off of the first receiver, then to Mason, then the offload. Not sure who dotted that down.
Hard to see behind the sea of children that we are behind here.
That's just part of the fun.
That's show business, baby.
Behind the sidelines, that's always a good time. I'm thinking our wing.
Could have been Dorsey, perhaps at 13.
Yeah, you know what?
Could have been Benton. It could have been Anthony Dorsey here.
He's wearing number 25, I believe.
That's correct.
So
Excuse me, yeah.
Anthony Dorsey looks like to be this try scorer there, wearing number 25.
We'll go with Anthony Dorsey for now until told otherwise. That'll make it 10-0 Fairfield Prep, pending the kick from Murphy. Now, wind in his face this time. See how he plays this. Up and good. And that'll make things 12-0 Fairfield Prep. The boys starting to buzz just a little bit here. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going, or as I like to call it, the Momo.
That is what you like to call it.
Just me. I'm a weird guy, Joe. What can I say? They say normal's overrated, though.
That I can agree with. Ridgefield had a really, really nice restart kick. I mean, basically when the wind's in your face like this, you just kick the crap out of it, let it kind of fall high, and that's what they did last time. Let's see if they can get another good restart kick here and possibly pin Prep deep and start something going on their side.
Joe, what would you rate the kit for Ridgefield today?
Well, they're almost exactly the same as Prep's, other than color. I rate the kit as good as that kick, and that kick was very, very good. Lucky for Prep, it fell into our hands. Quick recycle by Felix here.
Nice offload from Silk to Murphy there, trying to organize themselves. Looks like perhaps an offsides, but not called. Derby kicking the ball into Ridgefield possession. Kicked back and charged down partially. Beardsworth,
what a take,
with an incredible catch. We need to get to that ruck. Mike Silk answers the call.
I think we're playing advantage from that. I think they might have played him in the air when he went to catch the kick. Strictly forbidden in rugby.
Yeah, that's a no-no.
Yeah,
that's a no-no. Derby looking to maybe kick again, but he's off.
Finds a gap.
And he's running. He found a gap. He's out to Benton. Benton cuts back inside, and now he's taken down.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Out to Mike Silk. Makes one move. Still going.
Head down.
And that'll be Mike Silk's first try of the day. The senior captain out of Fairfield. Makes it 17-0 Jesuits. Pending the kick.
Pending the kick. Looks like he's right under the sticks here. Should be an easy chip. Don't want to curse him, but...
Famous last words for me last time, Joe.
This one, same thing, right under the stick. Should be a poke.
Could be double jeopardy, though, which
right.
Makes us good.
Silk scoring, but comes back to the center line, pulling up something. I'm not sure if it's a hamstring, hoping to have him for the whole game. He's definitely a big part of the Jesuits' offense here.
Coach Hopkins fired up. We love Coach Hopkins.
Oh, man.
Joe, I'm not going to say anything.
Don't say it. I already feel it.
And the score will remain 17-0. Wind really howling. I don't know if you can hear it in our headsets here, but, I mean, these kicks are really tough today.
Yeah. I mean, Rob, the other, coming off of a Jesuit holiday classic, the Jesuit tournament here by Prep, actually scored all 3 tries for Prep and, correct me if I'm wrong, converted all 3 conversions as well in that same game. So
I believe you're right.
Very talented kicker on a tough, windy day here.
Former kicker for our football team as well. Did a great job for us all 4 years. In the fall, doing an outstanding job so far this spring. And fun fact, Joe, Did you know he's a twin?
So I've been told. Another kickoff, but look at this one.
Perfectly placed right at 10 meters.
Wow.
Caught by Mike Silk. Shout out to Matt Murphy, by the way. Matt Murphy, we love you, bud. Derby with another kick. It would appear Ridgefield is ready for it, though.
He finds the space.
Kicks it right back. The forwards absolutely love this. Oh, my.
Chris
That's a tough
Bune.
job.
Okay.
What a
into
lucky
touch.
break there. Henry Timniak might have gotten away with a little
Playing the man-
yank there.
Playing the man without the ball. It's
You
all,
know.
it's just rugby. You got to go for where you see the ball going. If they drop it, that's not their fault.
Either way, it looks like it'll be a penalty for Prep.
Yep.
Derby with the ball in hand.
It's the
It looks
sec-
like he's going for touch here again.
Yeah, this is the second or third time Ridgefield, they don't really have an answer right now for Derby's kicks. He's finding space, getting them deep. But then when Ridgefield goes to counter kick, the rule is you got to stay behind the kicker, right? Otherwise, the kicker is going to set that line as he moves up. The offsides line is what he is. He basically makes that offsides line. If you go and try to get the ball in front of that offsides line, you're going to be offsides. That's what the ref called. Now Prep with another attacking line out.
Yeah, really hard for those forwards to get back on sides when you're going back and forth kicking like that. In any rate, still have to. Perhaps line out here. Caught.
Wow.
Definitely not what they planned, but they'll take it. A wise man once said, a win is a win. Passed out, swung super wide by Derby. Murphy offloads to Ayers, and now out to Benton.
Benton gaining some meters.
Benton running like his hair is on fire. We'll confirm if that is true or not.
Oh, big wide skip, bounces back into Silk's hands again. He
Accidental tip.
can't stop catching the ball. Gotta love that.
Swinging it wide. Ridgefield really struggling to stay sideline to sideline here.
Their defense is up pretty quick, though. I mean, in Prep's face.
You are right, Joe. Derby carrying here. Another offload by Timniak. Back into the middle here. Really should have used that wide.
We're going to go quickly.
And they will now.
Derby takes it himself. Knocking on the 5-meter line here. Oh, tip drill. Looks like he got him high. It's going to be advantage for Prep here.
Swings it out wide. Oh, that's going to be a knock-on, but that's all right. We have an advantage. We'll see if they go quick here. Doesn't look like they're going to go quick. Perhaps they might kick. Talking it over with the head coach, Kevin Carey. Kevin Carey in his second year as the head coach of this varsity program. Reigning Connecticut Coach of the Year for the reigning state champs.
I think that's the right call there. Going for touch. It's been a tough kicking day, right? Even though you're close to the sticks, why not put it in your forwards' hands who have been doing a lot of the work. If we have the stats right, 2 forward tries, just the one finished by Dorsey on the last one. Let's give it to him again. Maybe we'll maul one in.
Prep traditionally very good with the line out. Going back to last year with George Chipolaro, Bryce Muller.
Another overthrow. Picked up by Prep, though. Wow.
Looks like John Morris there on the carry. Felix Crawford gets it out quickly. Henry Timniak going in, and that'll be a try for the junior captain, Henry Timniak. You don't see junior captains every day, Joe.
When you see him, you just love it. That's how you know there's Timniak been a part of our team for a little bit, but really has been playing at a high level his whole career here. So being able to showcase his skills as a junior captain and being a leader on the team is what lands him in that role, and we're excited for him.
I'll tell you what, the scrum cap looks great, too, with the red and the black. It's a nice touch.
Yeah. Scrum caps notoriously to protect from concussions, although we know that's not super true. They're more so to help out with that cauliflower ear. You'll notice number 7 for prep. Big band of tape on his head protecting from a cleaned out cauliflower ear. We won't go into too many details, but that's why those scrum caps are there. Help keep those ears clean. And while we were talking, the missed kick will bring us to half.
So a halftime score here, 22 for prep, 0 for Ridgefield. A lot closer than the score, though, Joe.
Yeah, a couple wearing down this Ridgefield team, being able to get through for the tries. But Ridgefield's defense has been really tough. They've been holding up pretty strong, other than a couple of missed tackles on the back line.
So we're going to take a break for halftime. Again, the score, 22-0, prep up at the half. We'll see you guys for the second half. Back for the second half here at Groward Field. Once again, the score 22-0. Fairfield Prep leading the Ridgefield Tigers. Want to give a quick shout out to Matt Mitchell watching down at Wake Forest University. Former player of ours, former player of mine in multiple sports. an incredible athlete, and an even better guy. Matty Mitch, we miss you. Come back to us soon. Joe, what do you think Ridgefield has to do to get back into this match?
Well, I have to say, other than there being offsides on the kicks, their kick catching has been pretty good. I think being consistent with their tackles, slowing that Prep offense, they've been really moving the ball left to right, Prep pretty well, and then finding that gap to break. So as long as they can make those tackles in those gaps, I think they're going to be set up for a little bit of a better half. Wind at their back this half could make a difference, but that'll be seen with the half.
And we're off. I'll tell you what, their kicking game has been incredible, and that's the first one they've actually been able to get off the kickoff.
Yeah, Ridgefield retaining their own kick. The old hot dog kick style, you don't see that too often. But they are knocking inside of Prep's 22 now.
Looks like we have an offsides advantage call. We'll see how they handle that. Ridgefield with a nice run here.
A switch, a big switch.
Deep into Prep territory now.
Going back to that big first pod, making them tackle.
Right down on that try line now. Just about at the 5-meter mark. Swings it out wide to the right.
Oh, an
offloading it to the wing. Wing cuts back inside.
Looks like he had space on the outside. I think he...
Interesting choice. He saw Jeremy Benton. He thought differently.
Stood up again. Good defense for Prep. Can Ridgefield push through?
And it's held up.
Held up.
What a stand for Fairfield Prep.
Huge.
Twice now, Ridgefield has been knocking on the door.
Held up.
Saying, yoo-hoo. Held up, though.
But it doesn't matter because we're going back to the penalty. Ridgefield takes it quickly.
Let's see what they can do with it here. The mark,
he's
certainly not where he was.
A few meters off
just
the mark.
Just a bit outside there.
Ref's going to let him have that one and give it a go again. 9 to run the offense here. They're not going for a touch. They want points on the board. They're going to go for a big boy hit here. No way. A forward pass.
What
Wow.
a tough break there for Ridgefield. That is a mistake that they cannot afford here in the second half.
And
that's unfortunate.
Penalties called forward pass. Obviously, in rugby, you can only pass the ball backwards. But it's not just on the person making the pass. You have to control the speed at which you're running onto the ball, because if you're running too quick and the pass isn't there in time, you're going to catch it going forward anyway. So that's a two-pronged error there, not just on the passer, but also on the runner. Prep scrum.
So it'll be interesting to see what Prep does here if they're able to control possession. The wind is right in their face. An interesting time to kick, maybe. Perhaps not the time to kick.
Makes the exit kick a lot more difficult. Let's see what they choose to go with. 8-man pick.
It's an interesting choice. At any rate, Prep with possession. And now we get the kick.
There we go.
And it's right towards the camera and into the fence. Riley Farrell, our JV lock, getting out of the way in the nick of time.
Allergic to the ball.
Quite literally.
Wow.
So, Joe, what's going to happen here now that we kicked it out of touch in our own territory? What happens here?
Yeah, I mean, Ridgefield gets the ball back, but we've just gained 40 meters on offense, right? On defense, should I say. Even though we're giving the possession away, it's giving our defense a breathing, a little bit more time, a lot more space to work with, so a break in the line isn't as catastrophic.
Ridgefield able to get the ball out and boots it away inside the Prep 22. Uh-oh.
Oh, a big Ridgefield bounce to the center. Wow, it bounced right into his arms.
What a break for Ridgefield.
Wow.
And they're in for a try, their first of the day. That'll make the score 22-5, pending the kick.
Yeah, John.
We'll get a number for you if we can. It was tough to see what number caught that ball.
I think number 10. That was number 10.
Was that Chinaki?
Chinaki with
Chinaki with his try, his first try of the day.
Wow.
Not the easiest name to say, Joe, but I think we nailed that.
Couldn't agree more. And you asked me, what can Ridgefield do to get back into this game? And I think we just saw it. They put a lot of pressure on Prep. A lucky bounce here puts it right into his arms, just within diving distance of the try line. Not much you can do there from Prep. That was a pretty strategic kick from Ridgefield. Really well-timed, well done, well run onto by his own team. And they converted on it. Here comes the kick.
It'll be wide left, so the score will remain 22-5. Ridgefield right in this thing, though. They're going to get the ball back on this kickoff. That is the one thing I love a lot of things about rugby. But one of the many things I love about rugby is the make-it-take-it style, if you will, where if you score a try, you get to receive the kick. What do you think about that, Joe? Do you like that, or do you rather have the football rules?
You know, I'm of two minds. But I'd say when you're scoring and you're catching that ball after you scored and scoring again, feels pretty good. Let's see if Prep can make a play. Wow, great.
I suppose it
catch.
depends on what side of that you're on, right? If you're scoring, I bet you it feels pretty good.
Agreed. Great catch by Ridgefield, right in contest with Rob Murphy. And Ridgefield is really running what it feels like running downhill. They're coming through hard, and they've gained, another 5 meters on one hit.
Referee giving some directions here to stay on sides, and Ridgefield with a little roar of the tiger, if you will.
Right you are, John. Errant pass from Ridgefield, but they're going to play the offsides penalty advantage from Prep. If you notice, 9 from Ridgefield doing a really good job slowing down that pace of play. Prep's defense is trying to jump it, and he's making them pay by catching them offsides.
An interesting save by Emmett Derby there. It would appear the Oklahoma State-esque interception did not work out.
Miami even.
Who could forget?
Shades of Miami.
Who could forget?
No, in rugby it's a little different. As soon as that ball crosses the touchline, that ball's in touch. So even if you make a very cool athletic play and your feet are up and you're not in and you jump and you bat it back, it really doesn't matter. Unfortunately, that ball crossed the line. It's in touch.
Close but no cigar. So it'll be a line out for the Ridgefield Tigers.
Wow, they went long in the line out.
Very impressive throw there, and they're off. Working the ball to the outside. They've got some space here. Prep pushing them towards the touchline.
Yeah, good cover D by Prep, but Ridgefield spreading the ball for the first time this game. They're going to go back to the big man hit again. A big wide pass from 9. The 9 from Ridgefield. Really, really long passes here. Look at another one.
Very impressive stuff. Great service. Out to the pod here. Jeremy Benton trying to make a tackle here on the big number 4 lock. And with a little bit of help, he accomplishes that goal.
Oh, another advantage. Oh, not rolling away in the ruck. That's a tough one.
Prep perhaps getting a little tired here. Ridgefield riding the Momo.
Another penalty advantage for Ridgefield. Prep kind of shooting themselves in the foot here. A good tackle made there, but they're still on advantage, and Ridgefield can take, like the name states, advantage of that.
And there is the penalty call right there. It'll be a quick restart.
Uh-oh.
Let's see what happens here.
Ooh!
An interesting tackle there. Looks like it's going to be okay. And we play on.
Oof. The quick tap. Sometimes it can catch Prep in trouble, but they did a good job getting back 10 and making the play without being offsides. Let's see if they can hold tough on their own try line.
Here comes the tractor-trailer method, if you will. PC after PC, that's pick and charge. And what do we have here?
Sarah's not happy about something. Oh, it's a penalty
against Ridgefield. Interesting. Did you see the call there, Joe?
I'm thinking he's saying a forward pass. Maybe oh, no, it's obstruction on the PC. Guys in the ruck are trying to get out of the way while the PC is coming towards them. The tackler is then obstructed from tackling the ball carrier. Leads to an obstruction. It's going to be Prep ball. A lucky break for Prep. Tough defense.
Another lucky break. And Derby,
wow,
with an incredible kick into touch. Must have gained at least 35, 40 meters there across midfield. Wow. We really are lucky to have Emmett. 4-year starter for us at 10. One of the best fly halves we have ever had at this school, I would argue.
Yeah, shout out another Matt Leonard, one of the toughest 10s I've ever played with, and also 10 for Fairfield Prep back in the day. But here we go, Prep attacking here, just inside the 50. Let's see if they can make something happen.
The quick maul out to Derby, out to Beardsworth, and here
There's
goes Dorsey. Here goes Dorsey. Here goes Dorsey with a big hit. His mouthpiece is out, but Benton's got the ball. Benton up, looking for help. Spinning around, shoulder charge called, it would appear.
Yeah, Sir's not happy about that.
Emmett wants to go quickly. That'll be a card. The old mustard.
Yellow card.
That'll be a sin bin for number 8. Now, Joe, if you want to explain what happens in a sin bin situation when you get a yellow card, please.
Yeah, I will. Time is off right now because the Sir is going to write the yellow card down. So we'll have a little bit of time. In rugby, some penalties are so bad that back 10 meters is just not enough. In fact, so bad that you're going to have to take a 10-minute break from the game. You enter what's called the sin bin. It's just a little area on the side of the field. You get a yellow card, just like soccer. You're out 10 minutes in rugby. Soccer, I know you just compound and you get a red card, then you're done. Rugby, you sit out for 10 minutes. If you come back in, you get a second yellow. Then, like soccer, you get the red. So now it looks like we're going to restart on the Sir's whistle. 14 for Ridgefield, 15 for Prep. Let's see if they can use this advantage, score some points.
Yeah, this is not what Ridgefield needed at this moment. They had some really good momentum going for the first 5-10 minutes of this second half. Now, going to be hard to keep that going.
Wow.
Derby putting the ball
unbelievable
like a pillow onto the tree in the distance.
And putting it right on the 5-meter line. I mean, this is what you love. The kicking, even with the wind here, unlucky on our place kicking, but our in-play kicking has been really, really good.
Interested to see what they do here on the touchline. Has not really been in this corner of the field too much, Joe.
Which is a shame because we can see everything that's happening here.
Crystal clear.
Yeah.
I mean, like you read about it, it's really incredible stuff.
Here we go.
There's the lineup for Prep.
Throw overthrown again and caught by the back line for Prep.
Is that Big Cat in there?
That is.
By God, that's Big Cat.
Here goes Silk. Another high tackle with really not an attempt to a wrap there. Silk gets his chance.
Oh, Silk gets a little selfish there, but ends up being okay. Derby.
Lucky for himself.
Trying to get the ball back. We're in the middle of the field now to Beardsworth, off to Dorsey. Dorsey.
Taking on 3-4 tacklers.
Offloads it to Ben. Ben with
pass.
A forward pass there.
See if he brings it back to the advantage.
Should still have advantage. They'll play it from right there.
So, strange advantage. I'm sure that advantage was a little bit closer.
There's them. He's got time off
Time
here.
is off. I'm wondering if he's considering a penalty try.
Temper's flaring just a little bit here. It is a violent sport. It's hard to keep your cool all the time.
Another no attempt to wrap. Definitely a high shot that I saw. It'd be tough to send another guy off for yellow. Maybe he can get away with just a talking to this time.
Really describing what he wants the players to do and not do there. That's a great job communicating what the referee wants. What do you think of the ref kit?
Oh, I think it looks great.
Incredible.
I'm not so sure about the running shoes, though, instead of the studs, but no rain today, so hopefully no slipping. Looks like we're going to go quick here, so I'll give it back to John.
An offload from Timniak to Murphy, and that'll be forward. I have noticed Henry do that quite a few times in practice. It's a shame that it happened in a game.
You know,
but I digress.
He's got long arms. You know, if you're not finishing your pass strongly, sometimes your arms can drift a little bit forward. I mean, that's as crazy as it sounds.
They don't call him the giraffe for nothing, Joe. Oh. All right. We were all thinking it.
Well, Prep stuffed, for lack of a better term, short from our own hand. Looks like Ridgefield, they're going to get the win at their back. If they can win their own scrum, hopefully they should, they can get a pretty big clearance kick. Prep, a couple guys back, ready to go, and hopefully we'll see some counterplay here.
Ridgefield plays the ball in here. Prep with a good drive. And they do get the kick off. Cornelius right there. Catches it, makes one move. Offloads, and here goes Benton.
Another
swings
high
him
tackle.
around.
Let's see if Derb wants to go quickly here.
We're going to have a penalty for another high tackle, like you said, Joe.
Yep, wants to talk to the captain again.
The touch judge wanting nothing to do with that. He thinks the ball is just into touch.
Yep, wrong idea.
Wrong again.
Yeah, good thought, but wrong idea. It looks like the ref's reaching into his pocket for yellow again. So he's asking for the player to come forward.
That
Second
you
yellow.
just don't love to see that if you're Ridgefield. That's going to make it 15 on 13 if my math is correct, and I am a math teacher here at the preparatory. I think I'm good.
I would hope so. But yeah, by my standard, that's 13-15. And now Prep needs to really lay on the accelerator here. I mean, we got to hammer down and be able to put a couple on the board while they're 2 down, especially with that really strong start to the second half. I think if we can come away with a couple of points here, that'll be really, really good for Prep.
And here's the restart. Off to Silk. Silk with a good, hard run.
Wow.
But an interesting counter ruck there by Ridgefield.
Louise.
You got to clear him out, though.
Yeah, you can't dive
And
over.
Tensions are boiling over here.
Yeah, and that's – Sir seems to be a little bit more even unhappy than Prep, which always good to see when the Sir cares that much about what's going on the field.
Doing a great job out here for these high school boys.
Couldn't agree more. It looks like time's off again. He's going to chat with the Ridgefield captain again. Some dangerous play. I think a big part of rugby is the rules revolve around safety. And when the Sir isn't seeing those rules followed, safety is being not considered, and it's really important to do that. Here's the quick start with Derby. Brennan
Valenzuela with a big crash just inside of the 5. And he gets the try.
Wow.
I was not sure that he placed that ball across the try line, but I'll tell you what.
Hey.
We'll take it.
Any part of that try line is good. So as long as he's got one finger on the ball and 1 millimeter of that ball is on the try line, that's in the try zone. That's a try. Great play by Brennan. Good call by Sir.
27-5 for the Jesuits ahead of the Tigers, pending this kick. I don't know if we could possibly jinx them at this point, Joe. We've already jinxed them twice.
I will say the wind has died down just a little bit here. I don't want to jinx him again, but in the past I've seen Rob make these kicks. Who knows?
Oh, hallelujah.
Just like we drew it up. Straight through the uprights. Another 2 for Prep.
29-5 is your score. Just about halfway through this second half here. Again, 35-minute halves played here traditionally at the varsity level. So, you're the Ridgefield coach. You're down 2 men. You're down a couple of tries at minimum here. What do you do? What do you say to your team? What are you looking for your team to do?
First thing I'm doing, tying those cleats real tight on my feet. I'm running out there to make sure that my team knows that I'm not going to give up on them the same way that they can't give up on the game. You know, they've been playing well. Like you mentioned earlier, the score is not necessarily indicative of the level of play that's been going on right now. Prep on the better end of it with some breaks here. I think Ridgefield, if they can lower their tackling, right, make sure we're staying safe, moving that Prep line back a little bit, that can open up some goals and hopefully maybe some points for Ridgefield.
And mistakes can happen. Things can change quickly here in the game of rugby. Now, if you're Prep, you're up 29-5. You're up 2 men on the field. What's the key to just keep this thing going in the right direction?
I mean, you're attacking like crazy here.
So the kickoff does not go 10 meters.
So on a kick foul, you get 2 plays, 2 choices. You can do a re-kick or scrum down in the middle, assuming that Prep chose the scrum, and they did. It's going to be a Prep scrum, center field. Let's see what they can do. 2 men up. Ridgefield's going to have to match in the scrum here, so they're going to have to pull in some of their backs into the scrum. It's going to leave a huge mismatch in the backs if Prep can cycle this ball pretty quickly. They're almost guaranteed to have a man advantage on one side.
Looks like Ridgefield putting 2 and 2 here. 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and of course their fullback in the middle here, right about at the 22-meter mark. Prep with at least 3 guys on either side. So we'll see what they can do. Played out to the right here to Cornelius. Offloaded to Beardsworth. Not the best pass from Cornelius. And Ridgefield able to survive the scrum. Here comes Valenzuela with a hard hit.
Wow, tough
Take it
tackle.
down by Ridgefield, and there's that low tackling that you were talking about, Joe.
Yeah.
Derby with a run here. Another high tackle. I don't know if he called that one, though.
I think he might have slid down. I think it looked like Derb's leg might have got wrapped up. I think that's what the reaction was. He seems to be a oh, my goodness. Wow. Derby going in the tackle there just made pretty significant contact with the Ridgefield player. I hope that Ridgefield player is okay. It looks like he's up and making tackles. I mean, this is just a tough-fought game here.
A kick here from our scrum half, Felix Crawford, and it'll take a nice bounce. Taman gets the ball, and that'll be prep ball just outside of the 5-meter mark. Mike Silk running here, and that'll be another try. Fairfield prep. He's got to put the ball down, and he does, letting him know when he gets into the try zone. That's number 2 for Mike Silk, and that'll be 34-5 Fairfield prep. Starting to take advantage of that man advantage, or should I say 2-man advantage.
There you go. Yeah, wow, what a kick there. I mean, you're in the attacking half. Kicks can be costly. They can turn the ball over. But he noticed nobody back, just a quick little chip kick. And that time the ball bounced for prep right into the wing's hand. Really nice play.
Taman not used to using his hands from soccer, but I tell you what, he figured it out that time.
I'll say. Now, Rob Murphy, wind here, pretty tough, right in his face, right down the hill. What are we thinking?
Well, they say all things are possible through Christ, so let's give it a shot here.
Nice.
And that'll be in.
Perfect. Perfect in the second half.
36-5, Fairfield prep. Really starting to take over here.
I think Prep now will be at a 15-14 man advantage. Ridgefield gets one of their guys back. I believe that's their 8-man. So the first penalty's done. It'll be 14-15. Another couple minutes on that second penalty. But pretty costly. I think you do pay the price for committing high tackles, committing intentional knock-ons, whatever refers to that yellow. When you get it, it's pretty tough for your team. Maybe Ridgefield can turn around and have a pretty strong showing off of this kickoff. Let's see how they do.
Just want to give a quick shout out to our production crew. We got Max Mahalev on the camera right now. Mr. John Pellegrino running the show right next to us. Doing an outstanding job as always. Even saw Graham Nemi, our lacrosse coach, helping out set up the camera before. Joe, just want to congratulate Coach Nemi on his 100th win yesterday. 19-3 win against Guilford.
Very good. Congratulations, Coach. Speaking of congratulations, Henry Timniak, great catch on the kickoff. Wind right in his face. He caught it with his feet on the touchline. Prep looks like they've maintained possession so far.
Boys are getting a little rowdy here. John Moore is forgetting he's playing rugby and just fighting, but the ref doesn't see it.
Wow.
What a kick, almost a 50-22. Would have loved to have you explain that one, Joe.
Well,
but the ball is out. Ben Cornelius running with it. He gives it up to Jeremy Benton. He made that extra pass, Joe. Would you look at that?
Shades of Jamie Tart, folks, making the extra pass to make the score a little bit easier. Ted Lasso would be really proud right now.
I love a good Ted Lasso reference. So that'll make the score 41-5 pending the kick. The wind picking back up a little bit here as we see our JV running to warm up for their match. Very excited to see what they can do, considering the fact that we are coaching them. Big day for those boys.
25 minutes till kickoff for our JV gentlemen.
Not that anyone's counting.
Meanwhile, Rob Murphy, can he stay perfect in the second half? So far, so good.
And boom goes the dynamite. 43-5. Things getting away from Ridgefield here just a little bit.
Yeah, it's one of those tough positions to be in. Down a lot. Prep's seen it before. You've seen it. I've seen it on both sides of it. But our best players are the ones that are sticking it out. They're going into every tackle. They're not just giving up because it doesn't matter. Every play to them, it matters. Those are the guys that get the most playing time. They're the ones that Coach Myers and I, we look back at and we think about how happy we were to have them on our team. The guys who never quit, never give up. And frankly, most of them are playing right now for the D1 side, doing a really, really good job handling this tough Ridgefield team.
A la Wally Wuchiski and so many others.
Well, another kick for Ridgefield, not making 10. Going to take a nice scrum in the middle of the field. Looks like that penalty might be back on for Ridgefield.
It'd be good to see these guys play 15 on 15 the last 10 minutes or so, just to get some good competition here as we finish out before this JV match here at 6 o'clock. Joe, the Jesuits on spring break next week. What are your plans for spring break?
Well, one of the worst parts about being an adult is you got to go to work. And there's no spring break. There's just work. And you've got the weekends, and that's about it.
Amen, brother.
But here we go.
Derby off. Out to Dorsey. Dorsey running crazy.
Kind of an errant pass.
Felix with a good pickup there. Out to Timniak. And Timniak's running with it now.
Look at that.
Running very hard. Taking advantage of the smaller defenders. Coach Hopkins getting some of the substitutes ready to go.
Flat pass. Knocked on
and picked up by
number
Ridgefield.
12 for Ridgefield.
That's a great play by number 12.
Mason looks like he's going to take that ruck right away from. I think they've managed to handle it, though.
A little bit messy here as we approach 8 minutes to go. Ridgefield controls possession now. There's a sloppy ruck.
Oh, Sir's given the signal that the ball was out, so not offsides. But unfortunately, you can't lay on it just like that. You got to be on your feet when you're playing that ball. Ridgefield takes it quickly.
There's the quick restart.
They're going to get another penalty.
The 9 really doing a great job there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how good a job Prep does defending that ruck. They didn't move back 10.
And there's the call. Don't know if they'll be able to go quickly again.
No, after a back 10, they cannot go quickly, but this is actually pretty good for them. The restart's going to allow their 15th to come back on, and maybe it won't. He went back off, so still going to be 14 on 15. Looks like there's maybe a minute back on that penalty.
He's just so excited.
I don't blame him.
Just wants to get out there.
Good.
It's getting a little cold, you want to stay warm. Not too cold, though. Just right.
Yeah, and here we go. 9, who, in my opinion, has probably been man of the match for Ridgefield. A quick tap to their big man. Ooh, looks at a gap.
Really not great tackling there from Fairfield Prep. Sort of just dragging them along there. Let's see if that'll work out for him in the long run.
Little PNC act. Oh, coming up high. I think
here goes Ridgefield.
Advantage.
Here goes Ridgefield. A mess of a ruck in the middle of the field. Swinging it out wide to the right, swinging out wide once more, and that will be a try.
A lot of space out there for Ridgefield. I'm not sure where the rest of the back line was, but the whole back line for Ridgefield was lined up outright, and they did a good job. Easy try. Didn't even need to make the extra 2 passes, just running in to score. Going to be a tough conversion here, though. While the game might feel a little bit out of reach for Ridgefield, they're still firing, and they're wanting to make a statement here, and they did so in that play.
The boys are playing hard. You love to see that. And that'll make the score 43-10, pending the kick, of course. Could be 43-12. I will not say one word about this kick.
Well, I'm just going to speak to the difficulty of it. I think he's maybe 5 meters off the touch line. This would be a pretty remarkable kick in the best conditions. So if he can convert here, then that's pretty great.
Under 6 minutes to go here and counting. The result not in question at this point, but now we're looking for effort. We're looking for perhaps some younger players to get out there. The kick is up and no good, wide left.
Yep.
Looks like we'll have a bunch of subs coming in here. If they have not already come in, it would look like Anthony Dorsey has come out of the game, as well as Ben Cornelius and Jake Curver.
Now Mike Silk limping off the field.
He had a great game today. I think perhaps might just be a little sore.
That's what we can hope. And definitely with a beat-up pack, you're hoping that one of your better players, senior captain, is going to be okay.
So 43-10, Prep up. Kicking off here. Looks like we have Kent Costigan in the game here at scrum half, the senior.
I think Ridgefield is getting their man back. Not sure what the delay was for. Maybe a couple subs from Ridgefield, a couple of subs from Prep. Get some more kids some game time as the game draws to a close.
Starting to empty the bench here. Yeah, big kick by Derby. And a big run by Ridgefield, but take it down. Oh, boy, you got to get down.
Looks like we're advantaged here for Ridgefield. A little bit of a high tack on that last one.
I think the Sir's really just trying to get us to stay on sides. We are not listening to instructions. And
nice steal by
that
Timniak.
won't work.
Great steal, but unfortunately playing the old advantage. It's going to go back no matter what.
Under 4 minutes to go here.
Oh, that kick might be staying
That
in.
kick is going to stay in.
That's Harry Crawford.
Harry Crawford in the game for the first time today.
Wow.
Emmett Derby passes it out to Felix Crawford. Felix still in the game.
Playing pretty much wherever they need him right now. Playing wing, playing
Jack
center.
of all trades, if you will. Just looking to stay healthy here as we finish this game.
Oh.
Derby with, admittedly, perhaps one of the worst kicks of his day.
But Prep kicked. We
Somehow,
maintained possession.
like you planned it. Derby takes it into contact, offloads with a little forearm shimmy to Beardsworth.
Well, they see some space. Derby just says, I'll take it myself. The offload to Brennan. Good support by Brennan. Nice job. Now Nine's got to go, and that ball's
That
wide
ball
open.
is very out.
Yep.
Derby needs some help, and he will not get it at first. But now, here we are. Oh, get it out to one more. Got to get the ball.
Prep struggling with their depth here, right? They're not wanting to pass because the Ridgefield defense is up quickly, and I think a pass might end up with a little bit of a hospital pass.
Brennan just absolutely
Hit him.
swallowed up there.
Hit him.
Derby with a kick. Here goes Benton. Here goes Benton, and it goes into touch. Cheeky little move by Derby that almost worked out the second time.
Yeah, I mean, still finding the ground, so not getting a directed touch penalty. He's doing a good job of finding the ground no matter what. So even if it does roll into touch, we're not losing on a penalty. Bring it back to the spot of a kick.
Also, just want to note the scoreboard here. The time may not reflect exactly what the referee has on his watch. I'm imagining it is within the minute or so. But just in case it gets to all zeros and we're still playing, everything's going to be okay. Either way, the play doesn't stop until the ball is kicked out or the play finishes. So there will be a continuation either way. That's a good line out by Ridgefield. Kicked away. Little grubber there. Taken by Harry Crawford. We got to say the first names now that the brothers are both in.
Trying to get to ground. Good job by 12 on Ridgefield to drive him back, but a good pickup by Harry as well.
There's another kick by Derby.
Finds the space. Another Ridgefield bounce. Nice collect.
Kicks it back.
Now all those Ridgefield guys can't move.
They finally learned.
Now they're on sides.
And we're off. Felix with the kick now, coming right towards us. Is that going to go right into us?
Oh.
What a bounce, just away. They took one look at us and said, no, thank you.
Well, that is exactly what we talked about possibly happening. That was the direct-to-touch kick. That's going to be a penalty. It's going to be brought back to the spot of the kick. It'll be a line out from the spot that we kicked it from, unfortunately.
This could potentially be our last play here. No indication from the referee yet. But we are running low on time. Perhaps one of these teams can get one more score on the board. Prep with another try could put up 50, if my math is correct.
9. Not sure what he wants to do with it. Big wide passes for Ridgefield here. Wing comes up. A big break on the outside. Another pass made. Great play. Good tackle by Prep.
And that'll be into touch.
And there was a lot of stoppage time earlier in the game. Sir being able to stop the clock when he's calling the yellows, when he's making sure that the lines are set. So he has the right time. It might show zeros for you, but Sir's got the right time. It's probably 2 minutes, I'd say. 2 to 3.
No more than a couple, yeah.
Less than a hand, but more than a few.
Well said, Joe.
Thank you. Yellow Hummer, by the way. Sorry about that.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
In this economy, you should, you can't do stuff like that. Well, the score 43-10
Lineout
on
stolen.
your scoreboard, 1-0 for me and Joe. Joe with the lead.
Wow, Ridgefield steals the lineout, can't corral it on the ground, and picked up by Prep. Ridgefield's pretty offsides there. Sir's not happy. He's talking to someone, but Derby makes a break
running.
in the meantime.
This might be...
Oh, he's going to get caught just on the 5.
He's caught.
Wait, he sets the ball and picks it up. Sir doesn't see it, though. He's a little bit out of position.
And was held up. Little frustration there from Derby.
That's fine.
That's going to be a penalty on Prep. Unfortunate there. Needed to have some support with him. Did not get it, and it's a turnover for the Jesuits.
Just ran out of gas right on the 5-meter line there. I think he did set the ball, get up to his feet, and play it pretty quick. But Sir not in that position to catch up to him, and neither would I. These are prime athletes here, and I don't know if I'd be able to keep up with them either. So it's gonna be Ridgefield ball. They're gonna talk about what to do with it.
Missed it by that much.
Just a bit closer, he would have had it. All right, Ridgefield still deciding.
Coach McLean telling them what to do. Looks like he's trying to get them to kick the touch here directly into us.
Actually, an indirect into touch to end the game.
Oh, boy. And that'll be it. That's your final score, Fairfield Prep 43, Ridgefield High School 10. Joe, final thoughts on the game before we go?
Yeah, great job by Prep. They maintained possession for a majority of the game. They hit their gaps when they needed to, and then some tough tackling from Ridgefield. Unlucky on some of the penalties. Would have kept them closer. Let's pass it over to... Here we go.
So just in a second here, we're going to go to John Pellegrino, who's going to have some interviews for us post-game. Well, I'll tell you what, that hospitality is going to feel real good going down today.
Absolutely.
After that win.
Pasta and meatballs on us. Let's pass it over to the beginning stages of our interview. Thanks for having us.
This was fun, Joe. I think we should do this again sometime.
I would love to.
We'll see if the viewers will have us back.
Would love to. Send in your notes, write your postcards, talk to your congressman, whatever you have to do, and we'll be here.
Take it away, Johnny.
All right, and we will send it over to Max Mihalov with the interview with number 8 and number 4 for the Jesuits.
My name is Max Mihalov. I'm here for Fairfield Prep Rugby, and I'm here with
Henry Timniak.
Aiden Ayers.
All right, so overall, with the big dub, how do you guys think you did?
I think we played pretty well. We went off to a slow start, but we picked it up early in the first, and we never looked back.
Thought we played pretty well. I think defense came in handy the first 10 minutes, and once we started picking it up, we started scoring. It was lights out from there.
All right, so compared to the first few games of the season, had a really good season opener, and then a few rough games. What do you think you guys improved on?
I think our defense definitely improved. I mean, that showed the first 10 minutes. We held them off, and that's something I don't think we could have done earlier in the season.
I think we've been coming together a little bit better. I think the offense has been clicking more, and we're just going to be skyrocketing from here.
All right, thank you, lads. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
I'm Max Mihalov from Fairfield Prep Rugby, and I'm here with
Nacho Odina.
Austin McGoey.
All right, so you guys had a tough loss today. What are some of the things that you guys can improve on, and what are some lessons that you learned this game?
When we had the ball, we were pretty good. Face play, pretty good. One thing we got to improve is, composure. I feel like we were getting a little chippy at the end, especially with the ref, and we can't be doing that purely out of respect to the ref, too. He's out here working his ass off, so.
Yeah, we struggled a lot with penalties today, but I think once we had the ball, we were really successful. Just keeping possession and being able to maintain our composure was really our biggest struggle today.
All right, thank you, boys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Good game, guys.
Wait, I accidentally said acid.